This is the Santa side of our reversible DIY project today. On the other side we have a snowman. Let's look at him. Here's Frosty. He looks so cute. I hope you stay with me and learn all the steps to make this reversible DIY. Santa on one side and Frosty on the other. Hi guys, it's Connie from Sweet D Designs, and today I'd like to jump ahead and do a little Christmas tutorial. This one is really a do-it-yourself deal. What I did is last year, around, in the winter, I bought these little boards, and I forgot how many were in a package, and I got those at Kroger's outside. They had them outside, and they had them in bundles, and I'm not sure what they cost, but they were very inexpensive. So, and I also bought these, and I can't remember. I know they were inexpensive. I'm not sure if they were at Kroger's or somewhere else, but they're just pieces of board about this long. I don't know if you've checked at Hobby Lobby and some of the other stores, though, lately. Their boards are just ridiculously high. So I got these at a really good price. And what I did to get started, I've got 7 of these little boards. They are, let me measure, I should have measured. They're just 1 inch by 1 inch. 1 by 1s, I guess you'd say. So what I did is I used E6000 glue to bind them together. It is a very good glue. It's very strong, but it does not adhere very fast. So I really think, and I have done this before, I have actually done this with just a hot glue gun. Put streamers down it, and I think I did it about a year ago, and it's still holding up. So you could do that. I think that would be less expensive. E6000 would be a little more expensive. Of course, if you had a vise to put this in, which my husband does in the garage, you could do that, but I like it just like it is. Ah! But since it's E6000, do not do this at home. Do not take it apart like I did. Keep it together. Keep it on a flat surface. I think you can still see it. I'll move it over here. And I ended up having 8 of these 1 by 1s. And I first lined them up before I glued, because sometimes one will be taller than the other, or a little bit thicker than the other, and one has different coloring. So you need to lay it out before you start. Decide in which order you want to glue these. So I really need to leave this overnight, at least a couple hours, possibly overnight. Then I got one of the other boards. Let me measure. These are, oh, I forgot to measure how long they are. These are about 14, 15 inches tall, and they're about 1.5 to 2 inches wide. They're not very thick. That looks like maybe 1/2 inch. And then the next thing I'm going to do here, let me turn it this way for you. I'm going to make a snowman out of this. So I'm going to just turn this board across at an angle, and I will glue it down also. And it wouldn't hurt probably to put a couple nails, but it does not have to have those nails. Which side's the prettiest? I think I'll put the glue on this side. I think next time I'll probably just use hot glue. Of course, you know, if you use this outside on a door or something, I'm assuming the hot glue would make it, but it might get too cold and break off, so maybe it is better to use the E6000. Just put it on there at any angle. Then later, after it dries, we'll come back and we'll paint. We'll put some paint on here, and we're going to make this look just like a snowman. Okay, I let this dry overnight. Then I put another piece on the back because I want to make a reversible plaque for us today. This side I think I'll do the snowman. This side will be Santa. Because I did say earlier that I wanted to do a Christmas plaque, and I got to thinking, you know, snowmen are not necessarily Christmas, so I thought we'll turn it over, we'll do a Santa, and then we'll do a snowman. So I already sort of got started. I drew out a basic plan of how I want to paint it. I know you probably can't see my pencil marks, but what I've done is I penciled off this area, leaving a little space here. This will be red for the hat. This will be black. Then I will paint this white, mustache white, the beard white, and this will be red. The face, I went ahead and painted that. I had some paint that I'd had for a while. I added another lighter, let's see, sort of an ivory, I believe it is ivory, into this to try to make a flesh tone. I didn't buy the flesh tone. I forgot when I was out, so I had to make my own. So next thing I'm going to do is paint the, I think I'll paint the, I'll do the red. And I just grabbed a few, I have about a bajillion paintbrushes, although I'm not a painter. I do have a lot of paintbrushes, and I just picked a few. I have no reason why. There's no reasoning behind my paintbrushes. I am in a painters clubhouse group with Tamara Bennett. If you guys ever want to if you want to focus on your painting, it's a really nice group to be in. I get busy with other projects sometimes, and I don't really use the group as much as I should, but everything's still available, and anytime I want to use it, I can. So I'm painting this red. This is the hat. And the Painters Clubhouse, I can give you more information on that. If you are interested, just leave it in the comments, and I will give you her web address. And she will give you some very good training on painting. She even focuses on lettering quite a bit. She does beautiful lettering, and she says she just has had so much experience, a few years of experience, and but she does have some classes that focus quite a bit on lettering. You know what I thought would be cute on this, and I know I have some somewhere, is a piece of white fur across here. And but I'll go ahead and paint it, and then later if I find my white fur, I will put that on. Here's another little tip for you that I'm going to put in my tips and tricks. I've been working on my tips and trick video. I found these containers really for eggs, and look at this. It even has a pop-on lid to keep your paint fresh. You know, if you put it on a paper plate and then you don't use all of it, you just lose it. So I found that for $1 at the Dollar Tree. How could you go wrong? So I bought a couple. I used one the other day and had devil eggs on it. And I got another one. In fact, I want to get some more because I really think I'll like these. So all I'm going to do now, after I got everything glued together, is just paint whatever you can do. A scarecrow is a pretty easy painting to do. Of course, the Santa is probably a little more involved than the snowman, but it's still not bad at all. So I'm going to paint the edge of this board that goes across. I'll just go ahead and paint it in red, and we'll see what happens. So here we go. You've probably seen a lot of these rustic looking characters. Many are made out of the palettes that you get from stores or newspaper company. This red might even take 2 coats. We'll see. But actually, I'm thinking about painting the white part on the snowman, at least. I'm thinking about painting it just sort of watered down, water down the white paint and paint it with a light coat of white. That's what it's all about these days, isn't it? In fact, I'm getting ready to do my cabinets in a similar manner. So I'm not really looking forward to that. Okay, so that's red. And I'm going to make this red. I suppose that's his mouth showing between his mustache and his beard. Of course, I still have to do the eyes and the, let's see, do I need my red anymore? Yes, I do. Down here, I've marked it off right here. I'm not sure what I'll do with, I'll probably leave the bottom just unpainted because many times people lean these up against something or, but if you did want to stand it up or hang it up, rather, you could still do that. It wouldn't look bad. But if you have time and you really want to, you could go ahead and paint the bottom. So I'll go around. You know, a coloring book is a very good place to get ideas for stencils, you might say, or I don't really use stencils, I just draw it out myself. But I like to look at something because I'm not an artist by any means. So this, I will, and this is something Tamara taught us, go around the outside of each section with black. You don't have to be careful, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it does give it an outline. And it makes it stand out more. Now, I made a mistake on this, on putting this together. You might be able to see here at the bottom. I got these two boards a little higher. I don't know, I thought I was watching that closely, but I guess I wasn't. So it's a little higher. They're a little higher, but who cares? It's just a farmhouse kind of deco, so not going to worry about it. Not even going to paint the sides right now. Now, knowing me, I will come back and do that. I like everything to be finished no matter which way you look at it. But I don't want to take that time. While you guys are watching, you've probably got better things to do. Not really. This is a very important thing to do. We got to get started on Christmas, though. You know how that is. I'm coming up to here with the red. I'm going to have to get a smaller brush to make these little fluffy cloud-like lines to outline his beard. But this is such a fun way to make something simple. It doesn't cost much, but it is so cute. I've got some more ways to paint that I want to show you. Some more ways we can paint Christmas decorations. Last year, 2017 Christmas, I decorated my niece's house for her, and I just had a ball. I had never gone into someone else's house and decorated, and I had so much fun. Now, the fun ended after Christmas when we had to take it all down, and actually I wasn't very nice to her, I guess, because I didn't go back to her house. I can't remember what happened. We went on I think we went to Alabama to see my grandkids. No, I know what we did. We went to Florida for a basketball tournament for my grandson. So I wasn't at home, and when I got back, she had it all put up, and I don't think she had a lot of fun doing it with a little one, but she did fine. I knew she's a very neat housekeeper. She had everything all packed up, and but then I had to bring it home and store it. I don't know if she'll want to do that again this year or not. Okay, so I think we're through with red. I'll put that down in my water, and I'll go to the white. I believe I'll go to the white. I've already got it poured out in my little egg containers, and the white might be a little more tedious, so well, it will on part of it. On part of it, it won't. So I think I will use this with my handy dandy paper towels. And I don't work for Viva, but these are the best paper towels. They are a little more expensive than some of the others, but they are so good. They're almost like a cloth. All right, so get this pink out. We'll go for the white. I'll start up here at the top. If you can see, I'm just going around this red. Wah! And I'll probably have it all over my, usually I have it in my hair, on my clothes, my fingernails. Thank goodness it's acrylic, water-based paint. That's what I have to have. I already slopped it over there. Okay. So I'll keep working up here. And I think I mentioned that you could do a scarecrow like this. And I saw one, it was so cute. And really all you have to do is, you know, paint it like a brown, or you might leave it like it is and just draw the face. And then on this part, of course that's the rim of his hat, just put a bow with raffia on it, if you know what that is, or maybe a sunflower, and then raffia around it, and make it look country. And there's really not that much that you have to do, but it really turns out to be a cute project. So if you guys like this one, I'd be glad to do this, maybe, and put 2 other characters. Maybe put the scarecrow on one side. I can show you how I make handmade bows with burlap. Use burlap, flowers, raffia adds to it. And we'll just do that. But if you remember, I got my wood at Kroger's. It was just kindling wood. They probably don't sell it at the Kroger's in California, but they do around here, because many people around here, they use their fireplace for part of their heating, or they might even have just a wood stove. We had a wood stove once. We both did not like it. Oh shoot, look what I did. I didn't like the smell, and too much work to have to get wood, because we didn't have trees to cut. We had to buy the wood, then you have to bring it, put it somewhere outside, bring it in, keep the fire going. Not for me. Okay, and I did get over a little there, but I can take my pink, and that's one good thing about having this. I still have all the colors, so I'll go ahead and paint this white, because I can't find my fur right now. But that, I think, would be so cute. And a lot of times, though, the way Tamara paints is she will squirt the paint right on the project, and then just take her brush and spread it. I didn't mean for this to turn into a Tamara show, but she's a very nice person, and she works hard, has little kids. And I had been watching her on some YouTube videos, and after I'd watched her for a couple of months, I heard her mention where she lived, and I realized she's practically in my back door. She went to the school that my daughter is, and son-in-law, both they are both principals in that school district. So it's a very small world, even on the internet. That's cute. I like this board. I don't know if you can see, it has ridges in it. I really like that. It has a little character. Now I'll probably go ahead and paint that. Of course, this is just really rough wood. I think I only paid like $3 or $4 for a bundle of this 1x1, and I really can't remember how many were in it, but it was not very expensive. There might have been 12. I can't really remember. So I'd like to get my husband to do some palette projects with me, but so far he's not too enthused about it. He loves to work outdoors. He does a lot of mowing. We live in the country, so we don't cut our lawn, we mow our yard. We have 8 acres that he tends to. Okay. Now, wherever I've gone over a little, I can always go back and I'll go ahead and do this end. It's gonna take long. He's coming along. I just have to get his face. Let me get the end of this. The Faceless Santa. Oops, I still have some more white right here. I think I got a little red on the brush. So we'll get this painted. Oh yes, I have another spot. Okay, right in here, and I don't think I'll do it now because the red is still a little wet. I'm going to make like a ball, and that'll be the ball that's always on the tip of his hat, but that is a little bit wet for that. I sort of like the look of like a jagged edge here. Sort of like that. A little more on here. Okay. Get a little drip. I still have a little more white to do because I'm doing his eyebrows in white. So I think I'll use a smaller, even smaller than that. I'll use this one. And really it's hard to paint sideways, but his eyebrows are going to be like little clouds. They're going to just sort of this piece of wood right here is really rough. So and I will be going over most of these with little black line. Okay, there we go. Trying to make them look a little furry. Which is very hard to do. And let's see. I want it to be about okay. Little bushy eyebrows. eyebrows for old Saint Nick. So far, I haven't not gotten any on my blouse, which wouldn't matter anyway. It's my work. One of my work blouses. They don't look exactly alike, but he probably just hasn't plucked them lately. Okay. Now for his nose. Oh, I got to do I just did the eyebrows. I think I'll wash this out and see if I can, maybe it won't be too wet to go ahead and use it for the eyes. And here we go. Oh well. Sort of make a these are just sort of half if I really mess it up, I'll just go back over it with the pink along the bottom there. That's good enough. Let's see. Let's put one over here. I should have probably drawn my outlines on this color, on the flesh color. I taught school, but I sure didn't teach painting. Phooey. As you can see. I sure didn't teach sideways painting. I taught math and computers in Marshall County, where we had a school shooting in that school district in February, I believe it was. I've been retired a while, but that's where I spent, that county is where I spent many years teaching, and in fact two of the boys that got shot, they were not killed, but they were hurt, and their stepfather is a friend of mine that I worked with in technology, so it all hits close to home. I really think I could have done better on the eyes, but I can always go back and touch it up. Okay, his nose. Let's see if I can I'm going to put a circle right there. I think I will mix just on my brush, maybe, or out here in the middle. I can put a little bit of, what am I going to get that out with? I'll use this. I'll mix a little red And I'll put a little bit of pink in it. I want it to be darker than the, I didn't really want it to be totally red. But, and it will just be a circle. Just a circle. Oh yeah, I like that color. Actually, I have some what they call daubers that you can they're just foam, and they make circles. I could have done that. It's really hard to paint without stabilizing your arm. There's one little spot I'm trying to get. I'll have to fix that. Let me show you what I mean. This is a big dauber. Whoops. Like this, and you just put it in the paint, and but it's too big for that. I do have some. Let me show you what I did while the video was cut off. I really didn't have to do that much more. The main thing was I did outline in black the mustache. I had just completed the nose, and then I outlined the top and the bottom. Then I outlined the bottom of the beard and painted it in white. I did add a little glint in his eye with just a little swish of the brush. I did one thing up here. I changed this, what is now black, it was white, and I changed it to black so that that would represent the night sky. And we're going to put a few little snowflakes on that dark sky. I had to finish the sides. I went from top to bottom on the side, on both sides. I painted it white. Since I'm doing the snowman on the other side, I thought that'd be good to go ahead and have that white. I did paint the very bottom. I painted it red. And I think I had already gone around the eyebrows before the camera cut off. But this is the finished product of the snowman. And I talked about putting fur on here, but of course if you're going to put it outside, you wouldn't want to do that. I still might put that on if I'm going to use it in my house. Now we're ready for, ta-da, another blank slate. We're ready for our snowman. I don't think he'll be as difficult to paint. Not that Santa was that difficult, but I think that we don't have as many items to paint on the snowman. And what I'm going to do first, oh, I know. What I'm going to do first is add my little snowflakes. So I've got this little brush. It's a new brush. And I think I've told you I'm no expert. Whoops. Just make a few little flakes. Let me put it down here. I think you can still see what I'm doing. Let me put my Yeti cup back there. Okay, a little more white. I would just put a few. Like I said, they definitely don't have to be perfect. Might put a little one up here. These are really bad. put, I think I only did 3 spokes on that one. And I'm sure you guys could do much better than this. So, there we go. Just put as many as you want. And so we have the snow coming down on Santa. We might want some on Snowman too. All right, so here we go with our blank slate. It's rather a blank, pretty blank. I want to be sure you can see what we're doing here. Let's start with the white. I'm going to do it more like a whitewash, so I'm adding a little bit of water to my white paint that I already gave in my egg holder that I showed you in the first part of the video, which was actually yesterday. So okay, let's go down. I could have used a larger brush, but this is okay. It's probably not much thinner than the regular paint, but it is a little. Go across there where I got a little red. So, here we go. That shouldn't take too long. I think I thought I brought a bigger brush over here to do that, but that's okay. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I'm enjoying just thinking about the cooler weather. It's hot again today. My husband, I had to fuss on him. I think he really almost had heat exhaustion yesterday. He probably did have heat exhaustion, but it could have been a heat stroke if he hadn't come on in the house. He was fencing. What a good thing to do on one of the hottest days of the summer. He was putting up some fence, and he got so hot he did come in. First time I've ever known him to come in. And he took a shower to cool off. And when he got out of the shower, he was just as hot as he was before he took his cool shower. But he was drinking lots of liquids. He said he would have been really scared if he had stopped sweating. But he was profusely sweating, so it's a good thing he stopped. So you guys take note. We may be painting something for the winter, but the weather in many places right now is very much summer. So, where is my bigger brush when I need it? Oh, I found it. This is more like a house painting brush, but it will get the job done faster. See if we can get that. And then the top part will be black. That will be his hat. This is the face. And I'd like to put some twigs on the side. Get my husband maybe to drill a little hole and glue some sticks in there. But it would show on the Santa side too. So that would not be good. I love rustic and rough wood. A little more paint. I found these paints. You can find them a lot of times on sale at Walmart. It's just apple barrel. And they were 50 cents per bottle, so can't really go wrong on that. I bought a few. It did, I did check it against the price against buying the larger bottle, and it was more economical to buy the smaller ones at that price. So you might want to check out your local Walmart. Of course, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, all these places sell that paint. You might have a different brand you like. Alrighty, we about have this finished. And, you know, I really don't mean for it to be perfect, so it looks pretty good. Next, we'll go with the black. And I like this brush, so I think I will just, since I have a large area to cover, I think I will just go ahead and use this brush again. My sink is not over here, it's on the other side of the craft area, which is my basement. And I have pretty much taken up the entire basement with my crafting. This paint, I did put a little water in it because it did get a little bit thick. It's a little bit thick. I think it's because I have probably had it for a while. Look at me, stuck my finger right in the white paint. So we'll just do this. I think I'll hold on for dear life here. And it really wouldn't even matter if this is not perfect. But the black does cover pretty well. I really don't think this one will take nearly as long as Santa did. Wow. Now, the next time I do, that was my first Santa on these boards. So maybe if I do a few more, I will get a little faster. I have an idea for another video. Don't want to be scratching that. You take a larger board, one that would be good to maybe stand on a porch. You know, I know you all have probably seen welcome signs and so forth that are on the larger boards. But what I'd like to do, let me put it like that. What I would like to do is a Christmas tree. And it was very cute, the one I saw. You still do it on a rectangular board. And you do like half the Christmas tree. Only half of it would be showing. And it's really pretty. Really pretty. I know a girl who does those. I might even have her come over and we could work together, or maybe she could do a little demonstration for you. So I'm painting the top of the board. Don't want to touch that. This part's dry. I'll do the ends of this board in black. I'll probably go back and do the back of this one in black also. I have black on top. Now one more. I want to put black along here. I may have to go to a smaller brush for that when I get to the, I don't want to touch the white. So let me try this. Okay, there's part of it. Oh, this makes me want to put on some Christmas and wintry music, like walking in a winter wonderland. Wouldn't that be good? I need to download that so I can play it. And of course I dripped it, but it won't be hard to fix. Okay, you know, I would sing it for y'all, but then you really wouldn't watch anymore. I'll paint that white again. Let it dry just a little. Okay, now something you might do ahead of time is draw out your own idea of a snowman face on a piece of paper and just sort of go by that. You might want to look through coloring books. Oh, that's a wonder. I used to applique on sweatshirts and things, and I got so many ideas from coloring books. So we're ready for, let me see here. Let me touch up the white down here a little bit. Seems like the red was still coming through. I'll have to touch that up when it dries, but I'll get this part, part of it. And I'll let it dry a little more. Just want to be sure that when you're looking at this side, you're not seeing the red at the bottom, which might not be bad because we might put a scarf on him. Who knows? You could take a piece of ribbon and make a scarf. Okay, we are ready for detail, detail, detail. Not my favorite thing. Okay, I like this brush for detail because it holds its shape very well, and it's got a small point at the end. So I think I'll draw the eyes first. Let me turn this a little sideways. So I have a little drawing here that I'm looking at, and might need to replenish my black paint a little bit. Oh no! Oh my word. Well, old Murphy's Law has been following me for a while. Just won't leave. If anything can go wrong, it will. All right, I'm ready for some eyes. And the first thing I'll do is just more or less draw a circle. And I did just paint over some of that, so we'll see what happens. And I've got 8 boards, so I can sort of look at that and sort of this will be really rough right here. Just if you had googly eyes, and I've got bunches somewhere, you could use those. And then I'm going to give him some eyelashes. And little eyeball. I may go over some of that again to make it a little darker. And then I will put one might even go up a little on that one. the little eyeball. And yes, this is still a little bit wet with the white. So I'll do little lashes. Okay. Like I said, I might have to go back over some of it just to darken it or straighten it up a little. Okay. Next we have to have his carrot nose. So I'm going to I'll draw the carrot, paint the carrot nose, and then I will outline it in black. Like I said, you really need to outline when you're painting something like this. You need to outline the each separate part. Okay. There we go. Oh, should so we could be walking in a winter wonderland, finding a preacher, and he'll say, "Are you married?" And we'll say, "No, sir," or whatever. "No, man." That's what it is. We'll say, "No, man." Okay. You know, if you have a Cricut machine or the Brother Cut and Scan, Scan and Cut, whatever it is, which I've gotten. I have got one and have never used it, maybe once. I had a Cricut and I really liked it. And now I'm wondering why I changed. I might get another Cricut. Okay, there's his little nose. And when that dries, I'll go around it in black and I'll make some little black marks to indicate the creases in the carrot. Now we are ready for the mouth. We'll just do some little, I think I'll start the mouth just right here in the center. You know, I should have my little dauber. I have some little daubers. Somewhere. I should have found them. Okay. Glad these don't have to be perfect. Then I think right about, I might do one more. No, I think I'll just go ahead and make the curve at the end of his mouth. You know, there are some paint markers you can get also that are sort of like magic markers, and I've seen people paint with those, and I think I would really like that. I think I could do better. I might go back and make some of these larger. So I got the one in the middle, and then I went 1, 2, 3, so I'm 1, 2, one more. That's why I like to start in the middle. And I'll make my little curve. I think there's a little wet white paint under there. Well, it's not the best. I might have to paint over this part. Okay, that's good enough for now. Now, you could put, like I said, a piece of ribbon would really be cute right here. And you could make a sash, but you'd have to cut it off here because you don't want it on Santa. So you'd have to glue it probably, say from here to here, and then put a little bow. Or I had thought you could also just make at least one, maybe one big button. We know that usually he has 3 buttons, but again, that paint is a little wet. Let me try. So we could make 1 button. You might even want to fit in all 3 buttons, or yeah, even 2 buttons would be good. You could put one up here. I put it down here because I probably will put ribbon on mine, and this will be hidden. But I just wanted to show you what you might want to do. That could be one of his buttons. You might choose to do 3 smaller ones or 2 smaller ones. But I am planning on doing the scarf with the ribbon, and I will show you a picture of that at the end. Oops. Okay. I need white to touch up this space here that I messed up. I think it might be dry enough. Let me see. So, that doesn't really take much. Oopsie. Sometimes I've seen little black marks coming down that I guess is supposed to be his hair. I don't know. I don't really want to put that, but or I've seen you can buy ribbon that has little, it looks stringy, you know, coming down. You could even buy ribbon and do that if you wanted to make it look like he had hair. Okay, I think I'll stop right here. I'll probably, when it dries, I'll touch it up a little more, and then I will take a picture and put it on here for you. I think we have everything on his face. Got his hat, nose. Oh, there's one other thing. Little, oh shoot. I put black paint in the pink. Okay, I'm going to take this pink that I used for the flesh color on the Santa, and I'm going to make him some rosy cheeks, just like right here. It's sort of light, but That's what we want. A little rosy cheek there. And then we'll put one up here. It'll be right by the carrot. Oh yes, I said I would outline the nose, the carrot nose, in black. Now some people, ooh, it's still wet. You know what I'll do, I'll just go around it, I'll make a few of these and I'll show you a picture of it, but it's actually a little too wet to do that right now. I really thank you for watching, and I will see you again. Here's what we have, but I'll take another picture and show you the final product. Thank you. Bye-bye.